Hey guys, what's going on? Jeff in here again. Bruce Fraser on his Queen. Cheshire build right there for you. AA mod for the slot 1. It's going to boost it to a 99 anti-aircraft number. So this isn't my anti-aircraft build. And this is just to show, even in non-AA games, the AA build can still be effective. Cheshire is a great sports ship. And it's going to be an even more important sports ship now that aircraft carriers are in the game. So the thing that I like about Cheshire is it's a very rewarding ship if you know how to play it. You're going to see that in this game, that it is still a very dangerous ship for enemy cruisers and can really be as okay to above average fire starter. So you see here I'm going to turn out, trying to see if I can get a early spotted target, take a shot, and then try to duck behind this island. You don't want to be focus fired in this ship. You don't want to be the center of attention. That's important. Note in this game, no destroyers. So I have previous Cheshire games that I put up where I show how to push a destroyer, and I push the destroyer pretty well. This game obviously is a little bit different now that that's not in play. So I'm going to be receiving some fire here, and I lose about 5k in health. I'm going to throw a salvo out at, I believe that, Warships. The dispersion, as you can tell by switching to the AA mod instead of aiming systems 1, you're going to lose 7% of dispersion, but for a cruiser, I do not notice nearly as much as you do for like a battleship, so I think you can still get away with it. For 10,000 in damage here, pretty sure I'm going to pop the, if I don't pop the heal, I think I'm waiting here, waiting for fire burnout, and then I'm going to throw a heal on. Heal in this ship is very good for tier 6. Having a heal at all is a bonus, and obviously having a heal that is the quality of the heal that Cheshire has basically makes the squishiness not so bad. So I switched to the AP here. Obviously Pensacola, you want to throw some AP at it. See what we can get to stick. I'm trying to use that island to stay between me and the Warships, because Warships has big guns and Cheshire does not like to take shots. Again, these torps, I like without saying zone torping, just throwing them out there. You know, just get them in the water. I just want them to be a distraction for that Pensacola, so that way it might take his attention just for a half second off of me, which might give me the advantage. Getting an extra salvo into him or something like that. So, and the reality of it is even if you did line those up perfectly, you're not going to do enough with a cruiser that they're going to be able to turn out and turn away from it. I mean, cruisers are agile enough to where they can avoid torps like that. So, we switch to the HE here again. Reason for that is because he's angled enough to where probably not going to be able to do much AP damage. We're going to go broadside again here because we want to get those front guns in play. We like to play the kiting style in this ship, but at the same time you have to know when the kite is not working anymore, if that makes sense. So the play of kiting is effective, but at certain times and at a certain point, if the Reds do what they're supposed to do, they're going to stop chasing you on the kite. Right? At that point, you have to turn back around. You have to acknowledge that. You have to understand that. You have to turn back in. This is a good learning experience because here I think I'm taking a little too long to turn back in. Yes, I'm still getting shots on this Pensacola, so it may not be the worst play to not turn in yet. But there I'm spotted again because I pushed too far out behind the island. So here I go again. I'm going to turn in, and there's another decent AP salvo. So 5 out of the 6 shells hit from, 13 kilometers ish. So I mean, like I was saying earlier, you really do not feel as much that 7% dispersion. So there's the shot out, and we set the fire, and I believe, that salvo right there takes Pensacola out. So good shot there by the Nuremberg, take out Pensacola. Our fire would have got him, but team game, so I don't really care. We're kind of doing a decent job of mopping this flank up, throwing some shots out of the Warships, trying to get a fire, maybe get him to burn the damage con, and then we could try to set another fire. So I'm waiting to try to get at least one fire on him here. I'm switching to the AP now because I want that Pensacola that I previously saw. I'm hoping he pops up. And again, having Frazier as the commander, you don't have Ingenious, so you have to make your own Ingenious, right? So you know the targets that can see you. You have to be willing to constantly scan and look. Okay. Now, right there, you saw Cheshire did bounce that Warspite shell. Uh, so if you're angled well enough, the side armor and the Cheshire can actually bounce and ricochet some rounds. But again, don't bank on that. Bank on the kiting. Bank on the ability to be shifty. That's what's going to keep you alive more than relying on your armor. So we're kind of indecisive here. Okay, I'm throwing a shot at Pensacola. Warspite still has flat broadside for me. I'm worried about that. So you see, I'm constantly switching back and forth between targets. I want to make sure that I'm not missing something, and that I'm not missing somebody aiming at me. Okay, I want to minimize that as much as possible. So I'm constantly switching back and forth here. Again, trying to make almost like my own ingenious perk. Okay. I'm a big fan of Tenant on the light cruisers, like I've said in the past, but I think on these heavy cruisers, you really need the range and you need that extra fire starting ability that Frazier provides. So you just gotta bite the bullet on the dispersion and splash damage and whatnot. So we're throwing rounds out here at the Warspite again. Friendly went down. Friendly New Mexico went down. So now look at this flank. I'm basically, I'm it. I'm the only thing that this guy has shots on right now. So I would like to turn out here, but again, there you go. There's another example of bouncing shells because I have the 4-second rudder on this Cheshire. Bouncing shells again only take 1,000 damage right there. That time I get a couple overpens. So you gotta stay mobile. You gotta keep wiggling. You can't just sit still. So here I'm slowing it down a little bit. I'm trying to dodge some of these shells. There's another dodge. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna kick it up, moving here again. I don't want to close too much either. It's that kind of that fine line. I don't want to close the gap to the point where. And there's the Nuremberg again taking down the Warspite. So good job by him helping me out, realizing the danger that I was in as a Cheshire, because I'm one salvo away from being taken out basically at any point in time in these games. So here we're going to try to push into the cap. You're going to see me make a mistake here. I'm going to oversail the cap later on, and I'm going to try to be a little too aggressive and chase the damage a little too much. So right now you're looking at the team. We are down by 2 ships. Okay, we need. It's time to make a play. We're down in points. We're even on caps, and we're down 2 ships. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, let's try to maybe knock this Pensacola off the board. You see another cruiser pop up to my right. I notice it right now. So here, I think I have to keep focusing Pensacola. Another learning experience, another mistake by me. I have no problem calling out my mess ups, my f ups. So here's a prime example of one, because now by turning like this, I am giving the York a broadside, and I'm still giving myself too much angle to the Pensacola, which is now off of my port side. That first double AP round miss. I know the torps are going to be on the way, because why else would the York not have shot for so long? So I'm gonna change the direction here. York is a dangerous ship. You got to watch out for it. A lot of people sleep on the York. They don't like it. I'm gonna have some York games coming up because I think it's a very dangerous ship. You see the salvo that I took right there. So now I'm pushing it. I'm being an aggressive Cheshire, like I was talking about in my previous Cheshire videos. That first salvo, why do you always just randomly throw torps out? Why do you try to get torpedoes in the water? Well, you're about to see why, because I'm going to get very lucky, and this Nuremberg randomly sails around a corner. I have torpedoes coming in, and he's off the board. Oh, okay. So he's gone. So now we're taking basically a 3-on-1 aggressive with some support help. We got rid of that Nuremberg. We're still taking shots from the Pensacola. Salvo out. Pensacola's down. Up to 82,000 damage. We got 2 sinkings. Easily could have 4 right now. But the team was doing a good job of helping me out and focus firing lower health targets. So, we easily could have 4, and this could easily be a Kraken, but it won't be. And we don't care about the Kraken. We care about getting wins. So, what I was talking about previously, I should not have sailed past the David cap, the D cap. Probably should have stayed in there and capped it and then pushed forward, but I didn't. I made a mistake there. So you're going to see Arizona here. Okay, I'm going to sail into the sea cap now, and I'm thinking to myself, well, no matter what happens here, we have 3 cruisers, and 1 battleship against 2 relatively healthy battleships, in Arizona and Colorado, which could very easily knock cruisers off the board. So I want to flip this cap. I want to stop their ability of accruing points. They're currently working on our B cap. Okay. My mindset here is stop their accrual of points on the C cap, put shells on, try to reset them while they're capping the B cap. I want to try to grow this point differential. That way, if we do start losing ships, and say I or another cruiser's last one left, there won't be enough time for them to be able to flip the score just off of caps. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to guarantee ourselves a chance where if we do get outnumbered and, whatever, we got 1 ship left, we can just start kiting away and sailing away and still get a win that way. That's what my plan is, and that's what my hope is here. So you see we're still throwing shots out here to Colorado, trying to get a fire. So this game has gone pretty well. We have a cap, we got 3 fires, 2 torp pits, 2 torp floods, 2 sinkings, a dev strike. So I feel like we're showcasing the Cheshire pretty well in this game. Arizona did cap B and we cap C. So basically just swapped caps, which is good, and it's a good thing that I got into the C cap, because if I tried to go in and chase damage as opposed to coming over here and trying to make the right play and capturing C, then they would be up 2 caps to 1 with, that gap would be closing, because we did lose a cruiser, okay? So that gap would be closing quickly, and, not what we're looking for there. So it was a good decision, and again, that's why you play the caps, okay? Destroyers are very important. Even with the aircraft carriers, they're still the point scoring ships in this game. A lot of games are going to be won and lost with good team play and who can't support their destroyers. So again, we're just trying to get fires. We're trying to throw shots out here. We're in cover. This is a great spot for the Cheshire. We get a fire there. So now the damage token is just going to start ticking up, which is fine. It's all we need, We're just trying to help out our battleship, help out our other cruiser. We're just trying to get some fires, get some damage, knock off some of these guys. And we do have a 2 cap to 1 advantage. So you see the Synop knocks out the Colorado. Absolute great shot there. He's got a high caliber for this game, so he had himself a ball game. Pretty good game, to say the least. So we're over 100,000 now in the Cheshire. We get our Confederate. So you can see Cheshire is a ship that you can perform well in. You just have to know what the strengths are, what the weaknesses are, and the limitations. And it's a field ship. You have to know when it's time to push, when it's time to run, when it's time to, all those things. So Arizona's going to, I'm pretty sure, go down here in a minute. But I just wanted to highlight this game. It was a pretty good team play game. Definitely some areas that I can improve on. But I feel like it showcases the effectiveness of the Cheshire against enemy cruisers. Some of its weaknesses against battleships, but the fire starting ability against battleships as well. So if you guys liked the video, please go ahead and hit that like. If you want to subscribe to the channel, I'd appreciate it. We'll catch you out on the high seas. Take it easy, guys.